Hello, I'm Kelly, the Regional Director of Cooper Sotheby's International, and welcome to The Ones to Know. Today, I'm with Jordan Hernandez, who has been with the company for a couple years now. Hi, Jordan. Good to have you with us.
Hey, I'm so excited to be here. It's always a great day when I'm in Austin, Texas.
Yes, well, thanks for coming down because you have a very unique story. I love that you take care of pretty much all of North Austin. So tell us about the area that you support.
Yeah, so I'm physically located in Temple, Texas, born and raised, so very familiar with that area.
Mm.
My business has just kind of slowly grown out from there throughout the years.
Okay.
And so I cover from Waco, Texas, which is 30 miles north,
Hmm.
all the way to Austin.
Okay.
And then I triangle all the way to Killeen, Texas.
Okay.
Everything that touches it. So,
Yeah, that is a big area. And I did not know you were born there.
yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yep.
that's amazing. Okay. Well, you have such a good business. I mean, I know you from, our coaching sessions and all of the conversations we've had. You have such an amazing career. So tell us about how you got started.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So, real estate had been on my mind for a while through a previous boss.
Mm.
I had a really good job. I really enjoyed it, and unfortunately ended up losing that job. Yeah, yeah, it, kinda came as a shock, so it was pretty detrimental. So I got my resume together, I looked for a job for about 3 days, and then at the
Really?
yeah, it was only 3 days, like, it wasn't long. I was looking for 2 things, right? I was looking for opportunity and flexibility.
Yeah.
Um, and so I couldn't quite find that, and, real estate was there, so I treated it like a job. I had already taken all my classes.
Okay.
Yeah, and so, I just need to pass my test.
Yeah.
So I
What
literally
year was this?
this was 2017.
Okay.
This was summer 2017,
Nice.
and so, I locked myself in a room for about 2 weeks and just studied from 8 to 5,
Okay.
and then I passed my test and just never looked back. That was it.
Wow.
Yeah, and just hit the ground running, and, real estate has been a blessing ever since.
Yeah. Okay, so how did you start? Like, what did you do to
Mm.
begin, like, all of these clients? You grew up in this town,
Yeah.
you know a lot of people. What did you do to really kick that off if you're coming from a
Oh.
different industry?
Yeah, so I knew it was all about awareness, and I knew that there were so many agents in our area,
Yeah.
and I knew that I would have to separate myself. So the way I tried to do that was I really leaned into social media. At that time, there was no real marketing budget or no real plans, and I was watching a lot of YouTube.
Ah,
Yeah, just to try and find my way 'cause, there was so much information. You
yeah.
can you can buy leads, you can do mailers,
So
you can do
true.
open houses. Everything seemed to work for people,
Yeah.
but, I knew that social media was gonna be the way. So I really leaned into social media,
Okay.
and that really, really launched my real estate career. Yeah,
Really?
110%.
I love that. Okay, so you jumped on social media and made sure you had all the connections. What do you do like in your everyday life to network and continue to build that database?
Yeah, so, that's kinda tough though for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so being an introvert, real estate doesn't cater a lot to that.
Yeah.
Um
Oh, but they're some of the best salespeople. I know I tell you that all the time because I feel like you're not pushy, you're a really good listener, and, yeah, those are the best skills to have. So
Thank
anyways.
you, thank you. So, I mean, my day-to-day is a mixture of a lot of different things. Most of it is, follow-ups,
Mhm.
okay, and then events.
Okay.
So again, as an introvert, I really kinda have to,
Push yourself to
really
get out
push
there.
myself. Real estate has really, made me grow a lot as a person and
Uh-huh.
as an individual,
Okay.
because, having to be so present in the public eye
Mm,
has been tough.
okay.
But yeah, so I mean, my day to day is just being in front of as many people as I can,
Yeah.
and
Well, that
just
can be an exhausting thing to somebody that is an introvert,
yeah,
right? So do you have certain routines that you do to kind of like take care of your own mental health and wellness so that you can really go out and be your best self but not overdo it?
yeah, I do. I do very strategic with planning my weeks
Oh,
and months.
okay.
Uh,
And months.
and months.
I
Well,
love
I mean,
that.
certain events are planned months in advance, and
Yeah.
certain events are very important for me to be a part of.
Mhm.
And so I have to be very, very strategic. It is my days are a combination of office work, phone calls, where I'm stagnant and just sitting in
Mhm.
front of a computer,
Yeah.
right? Maybe working on some marketing items, just things that I can do alone in my office or at a coffee shop. And then, really making sure that I have the energy and time to put my best foot forward at events or in front of people for appointments.
Yeah. Yeah. So about how many appointments do you take a week?
Ooh, that's tough. Every week is different.
I know.
So I mean,
Hard to
sometimes it's very
average.
minimal, and my batteries get really recharged.
Yeah.
Other weeks are nonstop. I'm
Crazy.
working 7 days a week. I'm running from appointment to appointment, to town to town.
Yeah.
It gets really hectic.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, I get that. I mean, that's the everyday lifestyle of an agent. I think that's the hardest part is the lack of consistency, and so we really have to like pull that within ourselves to make sure that we do follow somewhat of a routine, but then also be able to be flexible for when that client wants to show up and see something at 8 o'clock at night. And you're like, this is not convenient for my family, but we're going to do it because we love you, client.
Yes,
Good.
so true.
Okay. So what else has been kind of your standalone, or just like something that makes you stand out against your competition in that area?
Ooh, so I really feel like why this works for me so well is we're in a service industry,
Yeah.
and it aligns really well with my morals and values.
Yes.
Um, I um, I never really had a formal career, right? I would just kind of go from job to job to job and work my way up, and then it just wouldn't be fulfilling anymore, unfortunately,
Yeah.
until I found real estate.
Yay.
It's very fulfilling because I get to serve people first.
Mhm.
We get to deal with different scenarios, and some of those scenarios are not very fun. I mean, we deal with uh, divorces, unfortunately.
I know.
We deal with children selling their houses for families,
Mm.
deceased family members. And, they need someone there that's going to guide them and, do the right thing and make sure that they're taken care of.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy what we do because I have to serve people first.
Yeah.
And that's why not only what we do, this company aligns with our morals and values, and it really helps a lot.
Good.
Yeah, it's a really good fit.
Yeah. I mean, you do an average of how many transactions per year?
Whew, so average about 50?
Yes. I think that is you do such a good job and that is consistent. He does that yearly. That is a lot of work because you don't have an assistant.
No.
You are doing this all on your own.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Good
Thank you.
job, you.
Thank you so much.
So how do you keep it all organized?
Whew, I plan the night before.
Yes.
It is, I take, my mornings and really hit the ground running. I get up really early,
Yeah.
and, it is a lot of organization of, "Hey, listen, this stuff has to be done today."
Yeah.
I try not to move things to the next day if I can,
Yeah.
and, just stay as disciplined as I can,
Yeah.
and that's what really helps trim a lot,
Yeah.
because if one thing falls through the cracks, well, if it gets pushed to the next day could be hectic,
True.
and it might not be, be able to be all done that day.
Yeah.
So, I have to my checklist has to get done before I stop every day.
Yeah. I love that. Well, how do you handle that when you have kids?
Oh, it was tough to learn. It
Yeah.
was tough to get into, a good rhythm.
Huh?
I had to have that conversation with my family is,
Mm.
"Hey, listen," my wife and my kids simultaneously of, "Listen, I'm gonna work really hard at this to hopefully, build us a little bit different life to where I can be a little more present for you."
Oh, I love that.
And, I had to tell them, "Listen, sometimes I'm gonna have to answer the phone calls at night. Sometimes I'm not gonna be able to make all the events."
Mhm.
Um, because when you're building a business, you have to take on any client that comes your way
Mhm.
and, hope it pans out to something positive. Um,
I love that you got them on board for that, right? Because then
yeah,
the whole family's involved in supporting, like, "Go dad, go show," and less of that feeling of, missing you and more understanding of why the
yeah.
times you wouldn't be able to be there. That's really good.
Yeah, and I try and incorporate them as much as I can.
Mhm.
If I'm working on the weekends and it's possible for me to take them and I might be checking up on listings or maybe I have to get some work done, maybe we'll all go to Starbucks and they'll get their favorite drink and hey, listen, bring a book or bring
Bribery
something to
works.
do. Always, always. Big fan of bribery, the kids. Um, and so I try and incorporate it as much as I can to show them like they see me gone a lot and they see me on the phone a lot and they
Yeah.
don't quite grasp like what is really going on.
Yeah.
They understand that I have to make a living for our family,
Yeah.
and I know that they appreciate me, and I feel it, but I know they don't quite understand the why,
Yeah.
and so I take them to open houses sometimes, or just try and incorporate and show them like this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Here is how my day is going, and that's really helped bridge the gap of balancing that family and
Mhm.
work lifestyle that we
That's
try and
true because
promote.
it's not like a typical office that you can take them to and so they can imagine this is where dad is during the day.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Yeah, make them carry those open house signs for you.
Something. Put them to work when we can.
But you guys run as a family because I, of course, follow you on social media. You have a great social media presence.
Thank
So, you guys are all runners. Is that right? Or are
you.
you the runner
Uh,
and they're running with you?
yeah,
Tell
no,
us what's happening.
nobody has a choice. So I run, and it's like, hey, listen, we're spending time together. We're going on a run, but our whole family is active.
Yeah.
Between kids' activities and our own personal workout schedules, our whole family is completely active in some sort of event,
Yeah.
some sort of physical activity,
Yeah.
and so we all support each other in that,
That's
and we're always on the go with something.
okay.
Yeah,
You didn't mention my favorite activity that you do,
which is
golf.
yes. If I had my perfect day, it probably would start off with
I'm jealous every
golf.
time I see you on the stories. I'm like, see you at the course.
Yeah, it's been good. So I've played golf for a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a hobby, ongoing hobby of mine. But this past year, I've actually gotten to play a little bit more,
Good.
and so really honing in on some skills.
Yeah.
So that's always nice, and I get my kids involved in that as well.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
fun.
it's good.
Yeah. And so do you use that as a part of your networking, or is there a lot of people that you know at your country club, or how does that play into your business?
Yeah, so that was a part of it. Is being a part of it. Our job is to be around a lot of people,
Yeah.
and on a day to day basis to see who we can serve at a very high level.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, anytime I can mix a hobby and it could
Absolutely.
possibly turn into serving someone else,
Yeah.
I think it's a great way to do business.
I think it's so much more authentic too. Because when you're enjoying your time and spending time with people, regardless of, what could happen, be friends or
Yeah,
work together in the future, it's just a more natural way to get to know each other.
I think so. And I feel like our industry gets a really bad reputation.
Oh, I know.
That used car salesman reputation. I'm not a fan of it, and I take it very personal,
Yeah.
because there are really good agents in our industry.
Yeah.
There are people that truly care about other people.
And there is in the car business as well.
Yes, yes,
But
not knocking the carpets completely. Um,
we are not the negative ones that they talk about.
no, no, and I feel like it's our job to showcase the good side of real estate.
For sure. Yeah. We're helping people with, a big part of their lives during something that many times they start out thinking, how hard can it be? I'm just here, I'm just going to look at these homes and this will be fun.
Yeah.
And, it gets stressful. What do you find is the most stressful part of a transaction when representing buyers or sellers?
Yeah, so I feel like sometimes we get hired for a job, and then sometimes maybe that trust gets lost,
Mm,
and we're pushing or pulling
yeah,
against ourselves,
that's so true.
and that makes it tough.
Yeah.
That makes it tough whenever the lines get blurred. Of hey, listen, we're on the same side,
Yeah.
and that takes some work to sometimes overcome,
Yeah.
and we
But
have to
you
sometimes take a
overcome
step
it
back.
because you have so many clients that have done repeat transactions with you. So how do you get past that?
Um, I just try and keep things really simple. I understand that real estate can be very intense
Yeah,
and very stressful time for buyers or sellers.
for sure.
And I understand that they have their own life going on outside of this.
Yeah.
And so I always try and keep that in mind. Always
Mm.
try and keep in touch with, hey, other than this, how are you doing? Like, how are you doing mentally? Is there anything else that we haven't touched on that we can talk about? How are the kids? Whatever they've let me in their personal world, because we get to know people really intimately, really quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
And most of the time, I don't work with them for very long.
Mhm.
Sometimes a week, sometimes only a couple of months. If I'm fortunate enough, I'll work with people for 6 months to a year, maybe longer. But
Yeah,
most of the time, it's a very short amount of time.
true.
And
To get to
so,
know.
just trying to really keep things simple and focus on like what we're here to do.
Yeah, I like that. So tell us a little bit about your market compared to Austin, the differences, anything you can share?
Oh yeah. So Bell County is such an interesting pocket. Being right in between Dallas and Austin,
Yeah, for sure.
and right off that I-35 corridor. And then we have the military base
Oh, yeah.
about 25 minutes away
Mhm.
in Killeen, Texas. And so it's a really interesting triangle that we have going on there. My market tends to run at a little bit slower pace than I personally would prefer. and that presents some challenges in its own.
Mm.
But I also feel like, with the military base and the hospital and big businesses there, it
Yeah.
really keeps our bubble really strong. We
Yeah.
don't feel like all the articles people might read
Mm.
about the Houstons and LAs and
I
Miamis
could see
and
that.
New Yorks. We get
Definitely.
ripple effects of that.
Uh-huh.
Of like, so anything that might be going on in Austin, that is true to Austin market,
Mhm.
we feel like the ripple effects of that.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're kind of
It's probably
protected,
delayed.
very delayed.
Yeah.
So I really have a leg up with being so involved in the Austin market
Yeah.
by finding out, hey, this is probably what's coming.
Yeah.
And most of the 9 times out of 10, that ends up being true.
Yeah.
And I can kind of start preparing my buyers and sellers for some of those things,
Okay.
and it works really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what type of properties do you sell? Is there large land pieces, great new subdivisions? Is there a specific type of property you specialize in?
Yeah, so I sell everything.
Okay.
I have sold, I mean, a smaller lot,
Mhm.
um, that is single family. I've sold multi-million dollar properties.
Yeah.
I've sold mobile homes. I've sold larger pieces of land, single family, multifamily. I've even dabbled in commercial for family and friends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've sold pretty much one of everything
Okay.
so far.
Yeah.
So yeah, in anything that comes on my plate, I feel like I can serve people at a pretty high level,
Yes, I know
and
you do.
and I like to take on that challenge.
Your clients are always so happy. They leave great testimonials. You do a good job. And I mean, I just really don't know how you do it to do that many transactions by yourself at the level of customer service that you offer your clients is really you do a good job.
Thank you.
You should be proud.
It's taken a lot of work and a lot of time.
Yeah.
I'm always thinking about what goes right, what goes wrong. I have a great support system around me,
Yes.
and that helps tremendously.
Yeah.
And it. I feel like my clients feel it too.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think they do. Okay, so what does the rest of this year look like for you?
Whew, that'll be interesting. My whole motto is one more. That is like my motto going forward with anything.
Yeah.
So I'm always looking for one more everything.
Okay.
I feel like we are not gonna repeat 2024,
Yeah.
and so that's been a good feeling.
Okay.
And that's it. I mean, just staying positive, focus on what we can control,
Yeah.
and keep moving forward.
Yeah. And so you're carrying a lot of listings right now.
Yeah.
Are they getting as much showing activity as in, last year or in the past? Has that slowed down since the beginning of the year? What have you seen?
Yeah, I feel like it's actually picking up just a little bit.
Okay.
We are getting ready to get ready for our summer rush,
Yeah.
and I really, really am hopeful that that's gonna come in Bell County.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like it is.
Yeah.
I tend to watch new construction to kinda let me know where things are going,
Yeah.
and, from what I hear from some of my friends and business partners is,
They're getting contracts?
yeah, I think they are. They're getting contracts, maybe some multiple offers. They're
Okay.
slowly gonna start dwindling down incentives on new construction.
Huh?
At least that's their plan,
Interesting.
and so that lets me know that we're gonna should have a very strong summer, which we
So
need.
why do you think they're doing that? I've been hearing things of, that our inventory, we have a lot of inventory right now, but the new construction inventory is going to, be absorbed and we don't have a lot of new being built. So do you see that that will happen up there?
I feel like in our area, in Bell County, I feel like, they have enough new construction that
Okay.
is slotted to be built.
Okay.
So I think they're hoping that, hey, that big influx of buyers will come
Good.
and hopefully level it out a little bit because days on market are longer, and we need to see that decrease
Yeah.
across the board.
What are your days on market up there?
Oh man, we're averaging 120.
Okay.
Yeah, 120 days on market.
Yeah. Interesting. And I just looked at the stats today for Austin, and we were running about, was it 47 days on market? So feels longer, to be honest.
Every
But
day that goes by, it does
yeah,
feel a little bit longer.
and we're running about 5 months of inventory. How many months of inventory are you guys running up?
Ooh, I haven't ran that statistic lately.
Okay.
I don't know. More than I would like to
Sometimes
carry,
a
that's for
scary
sure.
number.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
surprised by 5, to be honest,
yeah.
because it feels like there's a lot more inventory on our market.
Sure.
But usually that's because you go from so little when you have like 1 month to going to 5 feels like we have 5 years.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it
okay.
does.
And so what about investments? Are you able to get investors into properties there and get them to pencil out?
Some
Asking
so
for a friend.
yeah, yeah. So there are some good opportunities for investments. I actually work with a group of investors out of New York,
Okay.
and they're talking about hopefully making some more investments pretty soon. I think they'll wait till after the summer rush to kind of see how what what happens with that
Okay.
and see what the market actually does, which way the pendulum will actually swing.
Mm.
Are we swinging more back, are we staying firm on a buyer's market, or are we maybe slowly swinging back to a seller's market? I don't know.
Do you think?
I don't know. I hope so. I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't think the pendulum will swing much
Yeah,
throughout the year.
I agree.
Based on my lender partners, with interest rates
Mm.
supposedly staying roughly where we're at, I don't think the pendulum will swing that much.
Yeah,
So,
interesting. Yeah, I think it's a good time to invest. I mean, I just keep hearing in all of the different pockets that there is such good inventory on the market and things that would have came on the market a few years ago that people say, "Oh, I can't believe it's on the market for still, 30, 45 days later without an offer or maybe an offer but a lowball offer." So,
mhm.
it's puzzling market out there.
It's interesting because people are not making like a lot of lowball offers, and I feel like there are opportunities to make a legitimate,
Yeah.
reasonable offer
Yeah.
below list price, possibly,
Yeah.
for the right home,
Yeah.
right? And it would be neat to see that some more.
Yeah.
It's a good time to buy. It really is.
It really
As
is.
cliche as it sounds, it is a great time to buy. There's a lot
I
of
agree.
incentives. People want to sell these houses that are on the market, and sellers are slowly understanding that, hey, we're gonna have to give a little
Yes,
if we
which
want to
has
sell
been
it.
a challenging conversation. I know you and I have talked about that a lot. It's just that, sellers are not willing to reduce the price, if they get an offer, but they don't seem to want to market it at a lower price, which, from our perspective, you want to get that reduction out there so that you
Mm.
get an opportunity. It doesn't necessarily mean you'll have to sell for that
No,
much lower. So that's puzzling to me. Are you seeing that?
I am. I am. It's really interesting because I think the mindset is, well, we'll just get people in here, and if they want to offer something lower, they can.
Yeah.
X amount of dollars
Yeah,
of where
and
we
they'll
should
take
be
it,
priced
but
at.
they just don't want to tell anyone.
They don't wanna it's like, let's keep the best secret for ourselves. It's like, well, real estate doesn't work that way, right?
Yeah.
We need to get people in here
Mhm.
and then see what they're willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's pretty interesting, pricing is so important these days.
Ugh, so
It's
important.
so important,
Yeah.
pricing right and really being able to read through the data in certain pockets and areas as opposed to others.
Which is hard even for us, and that's what we do every single day. It's hard to, yeah, read the data. We don't usually compare to other active properties that are on the market, but it is something that we have to consider
Yeah.
when pricing. Where before we just had so many pending and closed sales, it was easy to, kind of figure out values minus the multiple offers,
Yeah.
20% over. Don't miss that.
No, no, definitely don't wanna go back to that, but it would be nice to, pricing, would be
Yeah.
nice to, have sellers, "Hey, let's be a little more strategic about it.
Yeah.
Let's price it this way
Agree.
for this reason."
Yep.
And obviously, those are all case by case scenarios.
Yeah. And, I've even heard for your business, if you really are unsure because it's a unique property or there's not a lot of comparables, that you'll hire an appraiser to do it. I think that's a great idea. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so, 2 properties recently. One before it was on the market.
Mhm.
It was a very unique property, unique area, a
Mm.
lot of big businesses coming into a smaller town, and so, they wanted a number. I thought we should be around that number somewhere, and we got an appraisal done, and it was, lower than what we expected.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, it was much lower, and, that's okay. I mean, that's why that's
Do
why
it.
we did it,
Yeah.
and, we're actually able to sell it to a neighbor, so that was kinda cool,
Phew.
that we knew, before we even went on market,
Okay.
so that was
Wow.
pretty neat
That's
because the price was right? So, but what woulda happened is if we woulda listed it at said price before,
mm,
we were unfortunately my data and then where they wanted were fairly close together, but
yeah.
we were off,
Yeah.
unfortunately, we were just
I
off.
think that's so many of the properties right now. And it's not intentional or what
No.
any of us wanna see, but it's the nature of the market right now,
Yeah.
and, appraisers are in it and looking at all the comps and in a little bit different way that we are than
Yeah.
as agents, so I think that's really interesting, and it gets the deal done. If it's priced right, we're still seeing those properties move.
It's pretty interesting because even in some saturated markets
Mm,
where well, pockets, right?
yeah,
Pockets where, days on market are rather long than the average,
yeah,
right? We're still seeing houses go on the market if they're presented well and they're priced really well and
yeah,
aggressive,
yeah,
they are flying off the shelves a lot faster,
yeah,
even some multiple offers,
exactly.
and it's just so interesting to see.
Yeah, it is. Oh, you touched on condition. Let's talk about that because I'd
Yeah.
say pricing is so key. And as we know, location is always
Mm,
key for real estate,
right.
but condition right now has almost never been as important as it is.
Yeah. Property condition, getting the home truly ready
Yeah,
is so important right
it
now.
really is.
I tell my sellers to approach the owners to approach selling a house like a beauty contest,
Mm.
and it's always kind of been my saying,
Yeah,
because literally they are being compared with other homes. How
yeah,
beautiful is this home, right?
yeah.
Uh,
Pageant.
yes, it is outside of general metrics, and so I'm really leaning into that lately.
Okay.
Hey, listen, how beautiful can we make this?
Yeah.
And
And are
it's a
the clients
combination of things.
receptive to that? Because in some markets, again, sellers are willing
Yeah.
to do all the things, and in other markets, they also try to, conserve their monies and just a little bit more awareness of where to spend it. But it's the most important part right now.
It is. Honestly, it depends on funds
Okay.
and it depends on where we're putting the dollars.
Yeah,
Certain dollars don't make sense, literally, right? It just doesn't make sense to do certain things
for sure.
that will not yield you a return.
Yeah,
And so some things that are dollar for dollar, we might forego for the right price.
yeah,
Again, it all circles back to pricing is imperative.
yeah,
But for the most part, the ones that are willing, it does pay off.
yeah,
The items that we talk about, and we make a very detailed list
yeah,
on what these items would cost. We get estimates, and then figure out pricing of where we could possibly potentially be above where we might be if we didn't do these items.
yeah,
And most of the time, it pays off tremendously. And at the end of the day, what we're seeing is not only does it showcase better, those days on market are much less,
yeah.
which is super important.
It is. And if you had to pick one right now, condition or price, which is more important?
Oh man, price all day.
Really?
I would go price.
Okay.
We lean in on price more.
Yeah.
Just for the simple fact, in my experience, even if we do some of the right things, if it's overpriced,
True.
it's gonna sit.
That's true.
And so my motto is for the right price, anything will sell,
Yep.
but it has to be at the right price.
Yeah.
And that is with sellers. That is always my topic of conversation.
Yeah.
Because I know based on marketing and it's showcasing it online, and
Yeah.
it's gonna always have a strong presence.
Mhm.
But price is imperative.
Yep. Agree.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so excited to see what you do this year. You've already done such a good job in selling so many properties and really good price points. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I feel like your business and your average price point has gone up year over year. So I'm super excited. But yeah, thank you for being here and we'll look forward to see all the good things you bring.
I appreciate it. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.